We know you're out here somewhere. Show yourself.
Come on.
He's killing us. Draw him off, Rick.
Get my ass out of this shit. Give you up.
Nothing left.
Shows up again, he'll get another
Over there.
ass.
Hang him.
You gotta be somewhere, sweetheart. Damn! Let's go to him. Putting him down. That felt rigged. Yeah.
Need a second to reload. Coming for your ass. Just do it.
All you gotta do is die.
Shit, gotta reload.
Oh, Daddy, Wildest Ride is the wildest ride in the country. Hop on in and go for a spin. And when you're back on solid ground, head on over to stop the Yaya's Perfections for an ice-cold hucklebuck.
You had the chance.
Ooh, that's good. Well, folks, you made it all the way to the paddle wheel. And Lord have mercy, it wasn't. 'Cause there ain't a prettier sight than the view from the top. But don't take my word for it.
Well, give me a minute.
have one. So why don't you sit for a spell and have a listen to my tale about that devil beast known as the Rougarou. It all began in a small Negro village nestled deep in the bayou, far outside our civilized city. It was a place where slaves ran to hide from the world and hoped to call home. But something else called this place home too. Something evil. And it was watching. Waiting. Now say what you will about the life of a slave, but those days brought the Negro folk closer to God. Saved many a soul from the lake of fire. That it did. But soon they started backsliding, returning to the ways of their African ancestors, and an elder named Papa Virgil led them back to that old heathen practice known as voodoo. And good old Papa Virgil, well, he took on a new name, Baron Saturday. That evil in the darkness knew this was his time. Men, women, even children started going missing. A great fear took hold of folks, and a name
here, boy!
Switching out ammo.
If no one knows where he is, then fuck it.
You get his dick right up your fucking ass! Can't believe George just sent over a nigga to do his dirty work. Fuck him! Fuck you!
You need to run this through, boy. You think you can come in here and steal my heroin without nobody noticing?
I'm not here to steal your heroin, Richie. I'm here to make you pay for what you did to Sammy and Ellis Robinson.
I didn't have nothing to do with that!
I watched you stab Ellis in the gut. I couldn't do nothing about it then, but I sure as hell can now.
God damn it! None of that was my idea, you hear? It was all Georgie, him and his old man. They wanted y'all gone, not me. What was I supposed to do? Say no?
Either that or make sure that I was dead.
Oh, no. No, please. Please, listen. Just decent thing would be to let a man get in a prayer before you kill him.
You can pray on the way up.
When I saw Richie Doucette hanging from that Ferris wheel, I felt a profound sense of disbelief. Nothing like this had ever happened before. You mobsters killed each other all the time, but it was generally a small, contained event. Some greaseball is eating spaghetti and meatballs at his favorite restaurant and gets popped in the head. But this was different. Even then, even before I knew who killed him, I knew that Richie had been put on display. Lincoln was trained in psychological warfare. He wanted to terrify the mob, wanted them to know he was going to kill every last one of them, and that none of them would be able to stop him.
Coming at you from deep inside the house. And tonight, we're gonna talk about the things happening right here in New Bordeaux. Things I don't think anyone could have ever predicted. Except yours truly, of course. ignoring the obvious question. Feels like there's no one you can trust.
We're sorry about this, ma'am.
Just allow me!
Here's our wake-up call. Do you hear?
There's some units over here. Call just came in on a car being stolen in the hollow. If there's a unit in the area, maybe stop over and see what's going on.
Breaking news in New Bordeaux. There are reports of a violent shootout at the abandoned Baron Saturday's fun park. The authorities haven't released an official tally, but sources are reporting multiple casualties. One witness claims to have seen a man hanging from the very top of the decommissioned Ferris wheel, but police have refused to comment on the veracity of that report. The fun park has been closed for a number of years and was once a subject of controversy for what colored civil rights groups described as racially inflammatory imagery.
I hope everyone's okay.
Dusette's dead. The hollow's yours.
They say you strung him up on the old Ferris wheel.
He killed Ellis. Shit all over the people in this neighborhood. Doucette got what he deserved.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. That goes both ways, you know.
Thought you said all that was behind us.
My men are struggling with the notion that we now have to answer to the same men who killed Baca, who wiped out half our number.
If I was them, I'd get over it. We don't have time to go around coddling people.
Of course not. But gestures carry weight. And if you were to help my man Emmanuel, that's a gesture that would go a long way in calming nerves.
What's he need?
He oversees my reefer operation over at the boathouse. Help him, and I'll see to it you get a portion of the profits.
Just so we're clear, I'm expecting a cut of everything, not just what comes from selling weed. It's gonna cost a lot of money to take down Marcano.
Don't worry. I'll make sure you get your money.
I recognize the trust you had to have to put the holler in my hands. You won't regret it.
Yesterday, tennis star Billie Jean King won her third consecutive female singles title at Wimbledon.
You want to buy something? You need to talk to Cassandra.
She said you could use some help, assuming you're a manual.
Assume at your own risk, Lincoln Clay.
So running the weed, y'all got a routine laid out?
We take a boat to the bayou, grab the bales, bring them back.
Bayou can be a rough territory. Dixie Mafia knows every inch.
Do those white boys scare you, Fred? Did they touch your zozo when you were a child?
Cassandra failed to mention your charming personality.
I highly doubt she forgot.
You do this kind of thing back in Haiti?
Back in my country, I was a hooligan, a priest.
What's a priest know about trafficking weed?
I did not run marijuana, Fred. My cargo was refugees, people. I saved their lives, got them away from Duvalier. But you probably don't know much about that.
We gonna have a problem, you and me?
Cassandra says we are partners, that everything is cool between us. Are we cool?
Don't think I call it that.
Neither would I. Cassandra might be able to let go of what you did to our people. But I cannot.
Maybe you'd be happier back in Haiti.
It was not my choice to come here. Leave my home. But I'm trying to make the best of it.
Aren't we all?
There are still Dixie Mafia scattered around the hollow. If you have the time, you should see to them. Convince them to leave. A shipment of weed is being delivered down in the bayou. Get a boat, use it to bring everything back.
God ain't forgetting what those motherfuckers did to this place, Mr. Clay. I won't either.
Oh, God, he's got a gun!
We're sorry about this, man.
Open a can of whoop-ass on you.
Blue jeans and bare feet, the sun on my face and the wind in my hair. I also enjoy the occasional ice-cold St. Lucas Pale Ale. That's right. It's 1968, boys. The age of Aquarius. Times are changing. Girls like a cold beer occasionally, too. Something crisp and clean and not too bitter. St. Lucas Pale Ale is made with crystal clear mountain spring water and the best hops money can buy. It's cold brewed and micro-filtered for extra freshness and flavor. St. Lucas Pale Ale. Try some. Beer isn't just for the boys anymore. Smooth, ice cracking cold. St. Lucas Pale Ale is liquid gold.
Has more of what you're shopping for.
Holton's has super duper savings that will keep you saving all weekend long. This weekend only at Holton's. It's the 25% off sale. 25% off the entire stock of women's and junior sportswear. 25% off all dress styles. 25% off all casual styles. 25% off men's and boys' casual wear. 25% off men's and women's activewear. Holton's 25% off sale means more money in your pocket. 25% more. If you want to score big on savings this week,
Holton's Department Store.
Come on.
Problems?
This goddamn thing keeps jamming up. If you're ready to see the other briefings, we can get started.
Show me what else you managed to dig up.
You got it. 2 of the city's finest scumbags.
Haven't the people down here heard about a little invention called air conditioning? Christ. Heard what you did to Richie Doucette. I know this is personal for you, but you want to kill Sal and that dipshit son of his. You're gonna need to keep your head.
Oh, yes. Point for Dunn's favorite son, Thomas Burke.
How's he doing since Danny?
9 weeks ago, Burke stumbles into Roman the Butcher Barbiere's deli, drunk off his ass, waving a gun around. He fires off 10 rounds, but the only thing he manages to hit is a fucking ham hock in the goddamn deli case. The butcher's boys slap the shit out of him and toss him in a dumpster.
Barbieri is the one who took over Point Verdun, right? Busted up Burke's leg with a tire iron.
That's why Burke was willing to go along with the robbery. He thought it'd make things square with Sal, and he'd be able to get Point Verdun back.
He always struck me as an asshole.
Yeah, just like every other Irishman. But he hates Marcano as much as you do.
Yeah, all right. Least I can do is give Danny's old man a chance for a little payback. Oh, fucking hell.
He's been spending his time in a dive bar up in Point Verdun. Duffy's, it's called. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yo, you better be worth all this trouble.
The man himself, Mr. Vito Scaletta.
You gotta be shitting me.
Last couple months have been pretty tough on old Vito. Sal's always hated him. Thought he was a mole for the commission, but he couldn't do anything about it because Vito's made. After the heist, Sal refused to pay Vito his cut, and then he put the clamps on him. He's been trying to limit Vito's ability to pay what's owed.
And if Scaletta can't kick up, the commissioner give Marcano permission to whack him.
The only reason that Vito is still above ground is because he has a couple off-the-record businesses. He's been using that money to pay Sal.
Gotta give Scaletta credit. Pretty goddamn tenacious.
He's lasted a lot longer than I thought he would, but the clock is ticking. A couple weeks ago, Sal sent in his nephew, a kid named Michael Greco, to help Vito run River Row. Greco's been using his guys to limit what Vito can do, where he can go. Once he has Vito completely boxed in, he'll make his move.
Scaletta has to know what Greco has planned. I'll pay him a visit. See if I can't leverage this thing with Greco to bring Scaletta around to my way of thinking.
I'm sure he'll appreciate your concern.
Speaks is back, motherfucker. And this time, we got weed on our mind. We wondering how a little old plant could cause such a stir as to be made illegal. And what were the motivations of those who drove it to be made? Mr. Harry Anslinger, the man responsible for the prohibition of marijuana, said that back 30 years ago. Mr. Anslinger also blessed us with these fine words of wisdom. Reefer makes darkies think they as good as white men. So, the prohibition of reefer is based purely on racist motherfuckers looking to demonize black folks. Any colored folk out there surprised to hear that? Didn't think so. But when you boil it down, how exactly is this prohibition affecting the black community? Actually, let's widen that net a bit. Do these laws mean no one, black, white, brown, or blue is lighting up? Are we just not smoking weed? Of course not. Folks are enjoying it as much as that bathtub gin or that Bayou Shine. The real question then is who's getting incarcerated for it. And that's what we're really talking about, ain't it? I hear the amens echoing through the hollow right now, for sure, for sure.
Any word about how it's going in there?
How you think? Guard, get
Over here! It's like this!
Get asshole! 12 o'clock! Running for cover! Get behind!
Any word about how it's going in there?
How you think? Vito's taking his beating. Wish Greco would just let us kill the poor sumbitch and get it over with.
Nah. Greco wants to show how tough he is. Beat on old Vito until we all respect him.
If only all it took was beating up on a washed-up carpetbagger.
Point something over there. Must have headed over there. Shit's going down, boys. I get doing them coons over in Holla. Hell, bringing that dumb cracker Richie in makes some kind of sense. But Vito's made.
Was made. Word come down from on high that Skeleto's out. And that means he's out. Anyway, Greco might be stupid. He might even be crazy. But right now, he's the one calling the shots.
That didn't sound right.
Over here! He's over here!
Slip behind him!
Reload!
Give us back, motherfucker! Oh, shit, that shoots some shit up. Blast him! Winged him! Get me out of here!
Got it! Get over here! I'm stuck! Give me... Grabbing cover! Get that stupid son of a bitch!
So much blood. Look at all the blood. I'm empty.
He's over here! I got that! Ah!
Shit! He's picking us off!
Who's got shells?
Give me a hand with this!
That babysit Greco wants to off me, huh? Tell him to come down and do it himself. Let me out of here, you...
Looks like I got here just in time, Vito.
Lincoln. How's this possible? I thought you were dead.
Bullet was deflected by my skull. Came out the back.
Talk about some goddamn luck.
Worst place to shoot a fella's in the forehead. Skull's harder than you think. Come on. We need to have a talk.
When I heard about what happened, I went to Marcano, asked for my cut right then and there. Figured if he fucked you and Sammy, I'd be next.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't go for it.
Said he wanted to wait for the heat to die down. Didn't want me running around, buying expensive shit, getting noticed. Like I'm some fucking amateur, never sat on a big score before. The money I fronted for the robbery was pretty much everything I put away. Didn't have enough to run, so I stayed. Commission wouldn't let him just kill me, so I figured I'd make that cocksucker jump through every hoop. Make him prove I deserve to get whacked. Wasn't much, but it was something.
Heard he brought in his nephew to push you out.
A kid named Michael Greco. Nephew by marriage, not blood.
Sure did a number in here.
Yeah. They were looking to see what other rackets I was running. I could leave a fucking paper trail in my office. Don't bother with that shit. Look, appreciate you getting me out of the freezer and all, but, what are you doing here?
Marcano deserves to pay for what he did, so I'm going after him. Him, his brothers, his lieutenants, all of them. And I'm gonna need your help.
Look, pretty much whittled me down to nothing. I mean, this is it.
For now, maybe. Once I take back River Road from Greco, money will start coming in, it'll be a different story.
Also, we're partners now.
As long as you do what I say and give me what I want when I want it.
So goodbye, Marcano. Hello, Lincoln Clay.
It's either that or more of this. And next time I won't be around to fish your ass out the freezer.
Nobody kills that scumbag but me. You bring me Greco, I'm in.
Tell me about his rackets.
He took over the dock union and he's got a warehouse. He has a lot of valuable shit in there. You take both of them out, Greco's finished. A couple of my guys been keeping tabs on him. You should talk to them. They'll fill you in.
All right.
says you're reliable.
Vito said you'd be expecting me.
Took you long enough. I'm Jock Blanchard. Vito claims you can unfug this mess and get us working men back on a job.
Maybe. Depends if your information's any good.
Used to kick up to Vito's men Andy Toretto for union work. But now that Couillon Greco got Andy squeezing everybody for more dues. You don't pay, you don't get a work permit. Poor fuck's even gotta use Greco's loudmouth buddies to collect.
This Greco sounds like a real piece of shit.
You don't know the half of it. On top of that, Andy's gotta keep the permits under lock and key. Anything happens to those, oof, ain't no work happening around here.
I'll see what I can get out of Toretto's people.
Toretto runs a tight ship. You should be able to get some of his guys talking.